Okay, guys, welcome to webinar 20. Yeah, a lot of webinars. Today, I sent you guys an email. Today, it will be about a new, not really new, but scaling is new. We are launching a lot of shopping tasks and a lot of shopping sites in the years in the months to come. In fact, like 1,000 sites in the next 24 months or so, hopefully a bit more. So I wanted to go through first, like previously in these webinars, because I had a discussion with Matthias Andres. He's one of our webmasters for hårtransplantation.com, and he was like, yeah, but Jan, what should I watch? And I went through my slides, and here is like the webinars, the previous webinars that I think has some real value to them. So I explained long tail keywords in the first webinar, the 26th of July. Then I had on the 30th CTR and conversion. I think it's a pretty good one. 6th was all about footers and how to do them well with screenshots and stuff like that. And then I started to go bananas about metas. I think metas are really important. So 13th and the 27th. So these are all on Thursdays. So it could be that the date is uploaded one day late or something to YouTube, but give or take one day, it's these dates. It's about metas. Then on the 3rd and the 10th, I continued with metas and also started to mention a bit about headers and how people read a text online and why, both metas and headers are so important, because people tend to like browse texts as opposed to reading them like line by line. Then 1st of October, like more or less 1 month ago, we introduced a new EVA sheet with a lot of QR codes and links to it. If you have an EVA sheet, you should use that version. And if you hesitate, please reach out to your country managers, Sanna, Helene, Claire, Jörn, etc., and ask them how to do it, because it will delay your payment a lot if it's not correctly. And then on the 8th of October, it was practical about SEO hacks. So I think like if you view, these are my webinars, and then it's tons of more good ones. I'm sure that Jörn and Helene and Sanna, they will do a recap soon also. Maybe we'll even do a playlist of them. So these are the ones to watch. And in this webinar, I'm going to cover shopping sites. I'm going to go through 2 of them. We kind of first, before we launch a shopping site, we do them in steps. So it will be a bit, this is more like a feedback kind of thing. It's not like a review. All is pretty new. So there is a lot of mistakes or improvements, but in general, they're very good. And then of course, the product descriptions. So these shopping sites, each site would get at least 40 product descriptions a month. And it adds up. So I'll explain a bit how those work and the beauty of them. They will also have some extra reward points. And then we're looking for more webmasters for our sites. And I will explain that. And if you know anyone that fits the profile, there's a €200 bonus if you refer them and we hire them. And it's a pretty fun job. And then finally, there are some questions. So let's watch the first one. It's a Finnish site. And the way we did this was first we launched it as like kind of a blog. And then now we're redoing it to a shopping site. And the reason is that we see a lot of traction in it. So if we check the site out first. So now I'm going to Wordapp, to the website manager, where we track a lot of stuff. And as you can see here, we have 4 in top 10 of the keywords we're tracking, and then we have other ones. And the way we use website manager is that we have so many sites, thousands, so it's a snapshot to make a decision. So, and then if we want to dig into stuff, we use, I mean, Google Analytics, Search Console, SEMrush. I'm starting to get the hang of SEMrush, Keyword Tool.io, and other tools. So this is more like overview of all the sites, because you cannot dig into each site every time. And here you see that, I mean, we're ranking on what I think is furniture with 1.3K searches. We're number 6, and then Sustia Kappa, we're number 7, whatever that is. So we can go here and we can see how it looks in the SERP. That's us. I think it's a good method that we probably will have to rewrite now that it becomes a shopping site, a bit at least. And this is how the site looks. So originally this looked a bit different, but now we're adding products to it. And we're adding a search here. This obviously needs more categories. Can show how product looks. And some of the things that I saw here was, for example, that the external links, in Wordapp, we always open them in a new tab. There's no scenario where we're not opening them in a new tab. So internal links, we're always opening the same tab. External links always in the new tab. You don't really need to think about this. You just add it to your checklist and do it like that. Then I think so if you imagine a guy comes shopping, most of these guys will come from the search. I mean, searching for a product that we rank up, and they will end up on the site. But when the way you might or might not want to have that product, so it needs to be a good browse. Here, I think you have a good job with the categories. And if I go to product here it starts to become not so good, I think. I mean, here's some kind of recommendation, and there's no search, there's no categories anymore. It just gets pretty weird, actually. So most of the guys would end up here. And I mean, in order for them to be able to browse here, they would have to go here and then start searching here or browsing this page. I think this is probably not optimal. I would say that 95% of the users will probably come from the search to the site. So that's where we need to put the effort. So there's some work there with the functional part and the recommendations. And then I think the footer here, it's from the blog page thing. This one obviously needs to be more like e-shop or affiliate shopping feed, like this one is. Then the metas were good. So we always use a formula here if we do it. So it's, in this case, I think Osta, which is buy, plus the product name, plus the cost, I think it's online or something like that. And metas of unwritten categories should always be in a formula also. Internal linking might need some work, but we will cover that later. So I think that in general, this is a very good job, but let's fix this stuff so we have this as a template. And then the good news is that if I check us in SEMrush, which there's Ahref and Ahref, Ahref. That's one tool, but I kind of, right now, I'm fond of this one. And here we have, we see that we have a lot of traction here. I mean, we're ranking #1 for this one, and we have already several products that are ranking good. So this Lucanda something, I don't really know what it is, but it seems to be a product. If we go to this product page, we see that it's ranking and it's connecting to the site. And here I see that, Sanna, you have fixed the open in the new tab thing, I think. Let me see if you have checked it on all the places. I think here, maybe not. No. So yeah, there is some work there. But in general, I think, I mean, obviously the site has traction, and we are going to do at least 40, 50 product descriptions for this one. And then we have the second one, and I mean, oh no, wrong site. Oh, I clicked wrong. Here it's Zoobutiken. And poor Helene, I think you spend a lot of time on this one. And it's not easy to redo it, and it's also brand new, but this one needs some work. So the good news is that it's ranking. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So Eurofair Online, which is probably what we want to rank for, it is currently ranking 53. Let's see how that meta looks like. And they're ranking on different pages, so we have an internal issue here. Yeah, so this one needs to be rewritten. I mean, the meta here, the original site we wanted to rank for Zoobutiken, now you obviously need to have Eurofair Online and those kind of things. But you know how to do that, so that's good. This one is super awkward. I think maybe it's legacy from the old site, but the main call to action, CTA, I don't think it should be contact us. It should be something else. And here we need to add search and categories and all that stuff. But I mean, and the search should not be here. I think it's totally off. It should be, I mean, a pretty good site that is launching in Sweden soon. I think, or it's launching now. It's Amazon. I think it has 50% of the online commerce in the US, 50% in Germany, and will probably be a pretty big chunk in Sweden and other countries that are launching. It's all about the search here, and it's all about the categories. This is good. They have way more people than us. We don't need to invent something new here. So let's fix that. I know that Jorn is working on that. But then, and then the SEO, this basics, I mean, I know they're updating them now, but I mean, we don't want to rank for Zoaffär Online. That's 30 searches. We want to rank for Euroaffär, Kattaffär, this kind of stuff. The product metas needs to be fixed, and I checked one here. Let's check a product that ranks. I mean, the good news is that the site is awesome. I mean, it's getting traction right away. And here we have like some. Let's take something here where we rank. Here we rank number 8. So if we take this one, and we go search, I'll paste this in, and then I'll write Zoobutiken like that. Then, yeah, this is köp, nutrina, kattuna, din Zoobutik. The meta, the formula here is not correct. We should fix those so it doesn't become this long. It's something wrong in the feed there when we're importing it. So that should be fixed. And internal linking, I think that needs a lot of love. So breadcrumbs and stuff will solve that. But otherwise, I mean, I think like we can fix this tomorrow, and then we have a pretty good site. Jorn, did you have time to fix this online furniture world, or is it still in the works?
It's still in the works.
Okay, so then never mind that. Is it still in the works so I can show it, or is it like a disaster?
Disaster.
Okay, good. Then let's go to the product description. So here on the left, you have a screenshot of how it looks like on mobile. I mean, for practical reasons, I won't show it on mobile now. It's kind of awkward to sit here and write it. So this is an amazing product or like a task, because you only have to be batch 1. They're 30 to 60 words. It's not 600 words. Sorry about that. So it's 30 to 60 words long, and you can write them on the mobile, and it should take like, I mean, 4 to 15 minutes depending on your experience, and maybe you get a really fun product that you want to like kind of buy, then you probably will spend more time checking it out and stuff. But you can write it in the metro or on the bus, or when you're waiting for something. It's like I mean, there's this saying in Duolingo says like 15 minutes of Duolingo will teach you a language. What can 15 minutes of social media do? This is the kind of the same thing. 15 minutes of Wordapp product descriptions will get you a new iPhone. What can 15 minutes of social media do? So you have to be batch 1. You can work anytime, anywhere. We will upload it in bulk the first week of the month. So we're doing some amazing improvements to our project list, where it will be very easy to track. It will be fast to edit, and we will also have some bonuses in November, like reward points, extra reward points if you write a lot of good ones, or a lot of back-to-back product descriptions several days in a row. We will come up with something interesting there. So if you need reward tasks for PayPal transfers, or to take a badge or something, you will get them retroactively. We just need to come up with what the bonus is. It will be kind of Easter egg. And also, I mean, the country manager here. So in Sweden, Helene, she will be responsible for the publishing here. She will probably have a lot of batch 3 and 4 people that she will train in editing, but you kind of will open her eyes. And as a country manager, the business model is that the more people they trained, the more money they make. So she's looking out for very good people to fast track, and this is probably a very good way for her to see you if you show up on the webinars and stuff like that. See if I can show this in the app now. I think I connected it. So yeah, so I will open an old one now, obviously. Let's take this visual scene up. So this is how it will look like in the app. Now this is obviously done, but I mean, you will, here's the rules actually. What I'm doing now, this is not good. So here I will, I just go in and you can edit the fields, and it's like you see, it's a very easy task and pretty fun to do. So those will be live, I guess. The first ones will be live in Swedish, Finnish, and English next week. Norwegian will come very, very soon. So in November, we'll probably upload them weekly, and then we will switch to once a month, because we're building a lot of sites and trying to catch up. Okay, then I want to talk about the Webmaster. So yesterday, the first 2 Webmasters joined us. Webmaster is kind of a new role in the app. So we have country managers, we have EVAs, and those more or less have to be available full time. However, a Webmaster doesn't have to be. They have to be a great writer. They have to have knowledge of SEO or a passion for SEO, really want to learn, because there's a lot of stuff to learn. And then we will give them a pretty mature site where the Northern Star, or like the main goal, is to increase leads. So one of the sites we have given here is Hairline Transplant Turkey, and where part of the job is very flexible, is to write outreach articles. We will find, I mean, we give the sites, and then we have to write interesting blog posts or content that the blogger wants to share. And then based on traction, like SEMrush, for example, so we can check the site here. We download the different data for it, and based on that, you see here we rank number 2 for Truphobia, and all kinds of stuff. ASMED Clinic Review, we rank #1 now. It's one of the metas I actually covered in one of my webinars. So I don't know, being right is always good. So this and the job here is like to move the position. So if you have a position that is, we see that we're moving here to #11 on hair transplant Turkey reviews, which is obviously a very high converting keyword. The webmaster's job is to maybe to write more content there, write supporting content and stuff like that. So it requires some experience, and it's probably a person that is working with SEO full-time somewhere else, but wants to have a pet project, make of course some extra income. You make 400 to 500 euro a month plus bonus, and obviously not only with us, like me, Jörn, and Helene and Sanna, and these people that they work with, but also with other webmasters, they will be able to share the knowledge. So we will have one meeting a month where we can do a workshop where people can share knowledge. And then, I mean, there will be the possibility to try a bi-weekly newsletter. So each site will have a bi-weekly newsletter where you have free hands. I mean, the idea is to convert more people. And then we are engaged or we're shareholders in a company called Clingit, which is a new platform. It's graphic design as a service. And I mean, it's really amazing. And part of our subscription here will be that the webmaster will be able to do infographics, landing pages, newsletters, I mean, you name it, using this platform. So you also get the opportunity to play around with, you know, really creative stuff. And I actually want to show the video here because we have some time today. Yeah, I want to show the video here of Teddy. So put up the sound a bit.
Hi, I'm Teddy Wold, and I'm the CEO and founder of Clingit.com. So, Clingit is a graphic design platform that works as an extension of your organization. It's built for all different sizes of companies and all different industries. Basically for any company that needs ongoing graphic design work and content making. You can say that Clingit is like your own virtual design team, and we want to streamline all the graphic design work so you can focus on your core business. I would say that companies today work with graphic design and content making in 3 different ways. First, you have the in-house designer.
So all of this animations here, the video, of course, you have to produce yourself, but all of these animations here, they're part of that subscription. So you can get everything from labels. We're doing all our shampoos and boxes and stuff for Ideal. We're doing those in Clingit. And you can also get this animations or infographics, or I guess next week, my PowerPoint presentation, which is kind of not so beautiful. I will start uploading that to the system, and you just pay a flat fee each month.
You have the online marketplaces and you have the external agency. The in-house designer might be great at doing print work or digital ads or whatever, but might be really bad at doing website design or app design. Then you have the marketplaces like Fiverr or 99 Design, where the quality is usually fairly bad, and they rarely have any insight in your creative ecosystem. And then you have the agencies where the quality usually is great, but the lead times are long and it's usually fairly expensive. We know, or I know, that graphic design is one of the most important parts of many companies' success. Yet loads of companies see graphic design as a not needed skill. With Clingit, you're able to have the skill set of a graphic design team in your company without the hassle of contracts and managing this team, because Clingit does all of this for you. Clingit is much faster because we always have someone or a team that can jump into your project. So if necessary, we can turn around things within 12 to 24 hours. We also provide high quality because we only use the top talent. We have teams all over the world that are the best of the best. Everyone is working full time for Clingit, so they know us and they will know your company. And last but not least, we are more cost efficient. Speed, quality, and price. That's the magic recipe. Vad säger du? Ska vi en gång till det?
Okay, so the reason, I mean, I think this is a very, very good video, and I mean, I'm pretty excited about us being involved in it. And I think like a lot of you guys, I mean, I know it from Wordapp and all our businesses that like if stuff doesn't look good, I mean, packaging is very important. If it doesn't look good, it's very hard to sell. And with this thing here, I mean, as growth hackers, we can do almost anything. I think it's pretty good. So back to this Webmaster. If you know anyone, I mean, we're looking for German, Swedish, Norwegian, I mean, any language. They have to have experience with SEO. They will get a test from us where we will ask them to write pretty complicated blog post or something. If they're good, we will fast track them, and if we hire them, you will get €200 bonus. So please, if you are that person, or if you know anyone, this is a very flexible job. Please refer them to us. I also think it's very rewarding in terms of not only creating stuff, but accelerating your personal career. Okay, we're almost done with the webinar. I'm just repeating this. I can't repeat this enough. I mean, it's so sad that like some of you guys, I mean, you're doing an amazing job on batch 1 and then batch 2, and then suddenly you have typos in batch 3. I mean, it's just a habit of double checking your stuff again and again and again. I do it, Jörn do it. You have to do that. Otherwise, we cannot work with you, but I mean, you also lose. And typically it's very smart people that are used to learning super fast, but because of that, they also become, I would say, lazy. So I mean, when you think Wordapp or you think Jam or something, please think that, okay, let me just check it one more time. And I learned it from John Elvesjö. He's the founder of Toby. He's also now partner or founding partner of Brightly Ventures, where I'm an LP. And he says that McKinsey has a delay of 1 minute before they send an email. I mean, all big management consultants have that. Why? Because when you pull the trigger, you come up with like, oh yeah, I missed that, or maybe there's a typo. And there's a reason why Google and these guys have coded this. Just think of that. If these guys are doing it and they are very well paid, I think everyone should do it, right? So quality is not an act, it's a habit. This I believe in 100%. And it's part of everything we do in Wordapp, I would say. So questions. I mean, do we have any questions from the chat this week, Jörn? I mean, I never get any questions during the webinar, but maybe I will get something now. Do we have anything from the chat? Okay, so Britt Larsen asking, will the task be Norwegian? Yes, they will be Norwegian. So we will do a shopping site sometime next week. We already have them, and then there will be Norwegian tasks, and also Thomas will probably, if you write good, he will probably want to pass you from batch 1 to 4. I mean, if you don't have any questions, then I mean, yeah, then you can answer this one. So Sephora, hi, you're asking, what about English tasks for batch 1? You mean product descriptions, I guess. Yes. I mean, there will be. That's what I asked. I mean, we're launching one site tonight, I think, Jörn, or maybe early tomorrow. But I mean, then there will be tons of product descriptions there. They will just increase. So yes. Okay. Okay. So there's apparently some onboarding questions, but that is, I mean, so the best way to learn how Wordapp works is to join the writing webinars, and they're regular, and of course watch youtube.com Wordapp. I mean, we have /Wordapp. We have tons of videos there. So we have playlists. Maybe it's not super curated at the moment, but if you want to spend the time and learn this stuff, we explain almost everything in these videos. So definitely how to take badge 1, 2, 3, 4 is explained hundreds of times and in very much detail. And if you join the webinars, you can also take them. Yeah, and Jörn, he's sharing the links. And our blog, the blog, we update it from time to time. It's funny. I mean, it's like this, you know, the shoemaker's children, they don't wear any new shoes. It's kind of that with us. We have so much stuff to update, so we kind of neglect that one. But on the other hand, we do this content all the time. So I think if there's no more questions, I love having short webinars, and we're 1 minute past. Then I wish you all a nice evening and a fantastic Halloween with a lot of treats. And we see you next week. See you guys. Bye-bye.